Also with his costume.
Yeah.
Well, it's slowly. He gets shot one time in the beginning, and that's about it. And throughout the movie, he gets shot a number of times. But you see his shirt and jacket basically at the end of the movie. There's huge holes in it in the back and through the front. You can see where he's been shot. So when he gets shot, he heals, but of course his clothes don't heal, so the holes are still there. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, you can see his coat and everything is all tattered.
Yeah, it's basically war torn. And
when you see like even his shirt and stuff, you'll see where he's like taped up.
Yeah,
some rips and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. For anybody who hasn't seen this movie, I'm sure you have. But so basically, Eric Draven. Character, or Brandon Lee, he basically is brought back from the dead and can't die as long as the crow, which is kind of his guide or his protector, mm-hmm. is okay. It's like the crow is his lifeline. Like he is.
They explain it that the crow is his basically his lifeline from this world to the next, mm-hmm. and so that's keeping him basically immortal.
He's brought back with a mission, mm-hmm. and basically it's to he's the like an Avenger. Mm-hmm. He's brought back from the dead to specifically kill these 4 men who took his love away. Because this movie is an underlined love story. It's a lot darker than a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the night, it's definitely everything. All of his motivations are centered around love, the love of his fiancée, mm-hmm. and the fact that he,
but it was taken from him.
Even when he comes back, the fact that she didn't come back with him, you can see that he's kind of tormented. He still has to walk around and kind of he's still mourning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And but he's back to kind of. How do you say, even the odds, mm-hmm. or settle in the equation, an eye for an eye type deal.
And you kind of get that once he's done this deed, that he can finally go on and go to heaven or to the afterlife or wherever he's going, and be with Shelley.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really like about this is he's kind of a supernatural force where he's with Funny, what's his name? The
Fun Boy. Yeah.
So there's Sarah's mother, who's doing morphine or morphine or whatever, and they're shooting up, and they're about to have sex or whatever, and then the crow shows up basically, and he's like, that's a fucking bird, and Brandon Lee's character comes in and basically takes out Fun Boy, mm-hmm. and the mother runs into the bathroom and she's hiding, and then he walks up to her, all aggressive, and then she starts swinging a blade at him, like, because she thinks he's gonna,
switchblade. Yeah,
he thinks she's gonna, or she thinks he's gonna kill her, but he grabs her and throws the blade, and he's like, look in the mirror, and he's like, a mother is God in a child's eyes. And then he's like, morphine is bad for you. Like, don't do that.
And he basically
forces the morphine out of her body.
Yeah,
basically.
He basically gives her a new start. He kind of heals her of her addiction. Yeah, that's what I take.
Yeah, I feel like he pushes all the poison out of her body, mm-hmm. and
tells her your daughter's waiting for you in the streets.
In the streets, yeah, find her.
And she runs off, and ultimately he basically saves her life and kind of rekindles that relationship with the daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the subplot between Sarah and Eric Draven and Shelley.
Yeah.
Because they are kind of the we're looking out for her before.
Yeah, because that's what she says in the beginning. They were her friends.
Mm-hmm. Because Ernie Hudson's character, the beat cop. Do you remember his name in the movie?
No, I don't remember his name and his character's name.
But so the cop that we see throughout the film, basically is talking to the kid Sarah, and he thinks that Eric and Shelley are like her family. And she says, no, they're just my friends. They look out for me. And you find out later that it's because her mom's like an addict, and she's this bartender, and she's just kind of doing her own thing, and her daughter's off doing, like she's not a mom.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to kind of wrap up that that subplot with him kind of telling her, coming back, and it's not all him exacting his revenge. He kind of veers off and he
fixes things on the way.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I don't know if you know this, but it was supposed to be before Brandon obviously passed away, because he interfered and he did that with Sarah and the mom. He was supposed to not be able to go not to rest. So it was almost like he didn't go along with the plan of just
vengeance.
Just the vengeance, and so he's doomed to walk the earth. Aimlessly, like he doesn't get to rest because he veered off the path.
Yeah,
which would have been interesting because I think Brendan was supposed to be signed on for 3.
I think that would have been awesome, just to see him kind of roam around and
or help other people.
Yeah, roam around and help clean the streets, basically.
Yeah, he becomes like a guardian angel.
Yeah,
in real life type of deal.
That would have been awesome.
Would have been cool. What else? Let's talk about the deaths.
Yes.
I forgot how kind of merciless and brutal this movie really is.
Yeah.
I definitely thought it was a lot more tame than it actually is.
It's pretty funny because Brendan Lee's character, he's when you see these people, being murdered or getting ready to be murdered, he's kind of enjoying it. And he, especially with the morphine needles in the guy's heart, he sticks them about 20 times, and there's all these needles inside of him, and it's just he has no remorse for any of.
Honestly, I think the fun boy scene, or the death, is probably the best one in the movie.
Oh yeah,
like where he tells the Jesus joke.
That was so funny. But it's so bad. Yeah. I don't remember that at all. And then I'm trying to think, I'm like, what is he going to say?
And this really cool image of him when, they see the girlfriend and fun boy are laying on the bed and they're kind of tripping out, and this crow flies in, or raven. Flies in the room, and they're like, "Oh shit! Look, it's a bird! It's a bird! Yeah. It's a crow!"
He's like, "Here, birdie, birdie!"
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Eric, he comes out of the shadows, and he says, "Here, fun boy."
Yeah, he's like, "Here, fun boy. Here, fun boy."
Yeah, mocking him. Yeah. And he does this. My original thing I wanted to talk about is he walks up to this light bulb, and he does this weird mannerism.
Yeah, when he kind of rolling his eyes, and
what you would think about this guy's like that's something I want to see. An actor let loose, like he has no rules. You know what I mean? Like you can't really predict how somebody that comes back from the dead would act, and so it's pretty cool. To see.
For me, that's what. Just seeing this again made me fall in love with Brandon Lee's acting ability. I've never seen any of his stuff before this, but this is like, oh man, you like how you said earlier, you do see so much potential in the acting ability that he has, and that he's kind of how you said, he's just letting loose, and he's immersing himself in this character.
I feel like I think he just really kind of worshipped probably the book, and the source material and the character. You could really see that he wanted to do it justice. And he had that compassion. And when when you're not doing something just for a check, you can see it.
Oh yeah, you can see the passion.
Yeah, you can see it really kind of
like the drive.
Mm-hmm. it really like illuminates from you on the, off the screen.
Yeah.
And that's what he did, you know, just from everything. Just like I really liked like how his obviously because it's raining all the time. I really liked how his hair looked.
Yeah.
Like everything was very, very believable, and it kind of in a way that you know, a lot of people say Reservoir Dogs kind of created this kind of cool persona with the, you know, slow motion walking, whatever. I think that The Crow did that for the kind of the goth kid or the outcast, you know what I mean, with the dark clothes and the you know, being a musician or misunderstood. It's like, oh, I can relate to this. Like I can do this. You know what I mean? And I like that he really strays away from his martial arts abilities because he was a black belt, of course. And in this, I feel like the fight scenes all the way through are more brawls. They're more unstylized. Very kind of you know, just throwing
punches,
throwing hooks and haymakers, but it doesn't feel choreographed at all. It feels
fluid and real.
And I really, really like that. But I think that the Fun Boy kill is probably my favorite.
Oh yeah, one of my probably favorite scenes in particular from that scene was when you know, Fun Boy pulls out his gun. He's like, "I'm gonna shoot you, man. You're fucking crazy. You need professional help." And he puts the gun. He puts his the Crow or Eric puts his hand
on the
barrel of the gun. He's like, "Well, then shoot me. You know, you got me dead to rights or whatever." And then he fucking shoots the gun, and then Eric kind of like stumbles backwards, and he's like, "Oh!"
And you see he turns around and he's facing the camera, and he does this thing like, this didn't hurt at all. But he's just playing along like, "Oh."
Yeah, because you see Fun Boy's like laughing, and then he turns around and he shows basically the camera his hand, and he's like, he looks through the hole in his hand, and he starts like laughing. But so that crazy laugh that he had when he's, you know, looking through the hole in his hand. And it's just, I don't know, it was just super creepy. You could tell that it really freaked him out. And I think for me, that's one of the scenes that really stuck out for me in that scene, which was pretty awesome. So what do you got?
Oh, Tintin's kill. It was pretty cool.
With the first one, the knives, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was, I believe, the rapist.
Yeah.
Or that's what's conveyed. You could tell he had no remorse
for anything, for murdering, because he was like, murdering is easy, it's fun, you know. Like, I'll show you how easy it is. When he thinks he's gonna kill the Crow or Eric, and I really like that whole scene too, when he's like, "I want to introduce you to my two friends. They never miss." And he starts throwing his blades, and he's missing. And then he throws the last one, and he kind of catches it in between his hands. And I thought I always remembered that as a kid. That's one of the scenes that particularly stuck out for me. Thinking back on this movie, when seeing it so many years ago, and then I'm like talking about it now. I remember imitating that in the like playing with my friends or whatever, pretending that they were throwing knives at me or like a sword, and I would catch it with my hands, which is, you know, it's a pretty universal scene, I guess. But that scene was pretty epic to me.
That's the thing, is I think that like you were saying earlier, going back to the beginning, this film had set up a lot of iconic stuff that we probably don't even know originated from them. I think that a lot of the aesthetic and the tone have been mimicked by big names.
No, they pulled so much stuff from it, and at least, you know, I agree with you that this might have been the origin of a lot of things that we see now. And I kind of felt like I really liked the the kind of banter, I guess, if you will, between Eric and the main bad guy. And how he kind of says, like, when he thinks he's going to kill Eric, and he's kind of like,